10 years. 10 years completely natural, no steroids, no SARMs, no peptides, nothing. And this is where that changes. Before I use this, I need to walk you through everything, because if you're thinking about doing this or you're here just watching to see what happens, you deserve the full picture before the needle goes in. Being natural for 10 years isn't just a training choice. It becomes who you are. You build everything with nothing, and that means something to you. At least it did for me. So when I started researching about peptides, I had to ask myself a real question. Is this crossing a line? I went back and forth on that for weeks, not because the science wasn't clear. I'd done the research. I understood what BPC 157 actually does and doesn't do. It was the identity thing. That was harder to work through than I expected, and here's where I landed. I tore my ACL in 2019, surgery, full rehab, 6 years of work to get back. And 6 years later, I still have chronic knee pain every single day, after heavy lifts, after long shifts at work, after anything demanding. It's always there. A 2 to 4 out of 10 that never fully goes away. I'm not doing this to get an edge. I'm doing this because I've had pain in my knee every day for 6 years. I want to know if there's something that can actually help. That felt like a different decision to me. Maybe it does to you too. Maybe it doesn't. Either way, that's where I landed, and I'm being straight about it. Even after I made the decision, I had two problems. First, I hate needles. Always have, always will. Getting blood work done for this series was already uncomfortable, and the thought of doing this every single day is a real mental barrier. Second, this compound is completely unregulated. No FDA approval, no quality control requirement, and I spent the entire video 3 going deep on how to verify a source. And even after all that research, all that verification, you still have to accept that there is residual uncertainty. In a completely unregulated gray market, you cannot eliminate this uncertainty. You manage it as best as you can and make a decision. So that's what I did. 3 decisions I made before the first injection. 1, I'm starting at half a dose, 125 micrograms instead of 250. 3 injections at half dose before I move up. So if my body is going to react to this, I want to know at the lowest possible exposure first. 2, I'm not doing this alone. Someone is going to be with me for every injection, and I'm not going to be starting at work, which is in a remote camp setting. I'll be starting with someone present who knows what's happening. 3, I'm documenting everything. Blood work before the cycle, pain scale weekly, every observation log. If this works, the data will show it. If it doesn't, the data will show that too. No shortcuts, no agenda, just the most responsible version of this experiment I could run. Here's everything you need. BPC 157, this is the peptide itself, in freeze-dried powder form. I'm not showing you guys the branding as I have no association with this company, and it is up to you guys to do your own research. Bacteriostatic water. This is what you mix with the powder to reconstitute it, not regular water, bacteriostatic water specifically. It has a preservative that keeps the solution stable in the fridge after you open it. Insulin syringes, 30 gauge, 1 milliliter, half inch. This is the needle, and it's much smaller than you think. And then obviously, alcohol swabs. This is all you need to get started. Reconstitution is just mixing the water with powder. Takes 2 minutes once you know what you're doing. First, before you do anything, wash your hands with soap and water. I don't think I have to teach you guys how to do this one. Then after you're done with that, you want to wipe the rubber stopper on both vials with an alcohol swab. Let it dry 10 seconds before any needle goes in. As you can see, both have a rubber top to them, and you're going to wipe both of them and let dry. After that, draw 2 milliliters of bacteriostatic water into your syringe. This might be different if, for say, you have a 10 milligram vial or you're doing different calculations. That's up to you to figure out. You're going to insert the needle into the peptide vial and angle it so that the liquid slowly runs down the inside of the wall of the glass. So you're going to want to do it at an angle like this. because it can damage the peptide. After you reconstitute it, you're going to want to roll the vial gently between your palms until the powder is fully dissolved. Do not shake it. This is what it should look like. Completely clear, no cloudiness, no particles, no color. If it looks anything other than this, don't use it. And then store it in the fridge, label it with today's date. You have 28 days to use it once it's reconstituted. My concentration is 2,500 micrograms per milliliter. My starting dose is at 125 micrograms. So on a 100 unit insulin syringe, that's the 5 unit mark. And then when I move up to 250 micrograms, that's a 10 unit mark. Simple. So that's everything. The why, the what, the how. I spent weeks getting into this, the research, the sourcing, the blood work, the supplies, the mental back and forth. And now there's only one thing left. The next video, I use it.